Hi everyone! In this short video, I'm going to discuss about naming amines, IUPAC names, nomenclature, and common names. Okay, let's begin with a simple example of this amine. I have here a metal with an amine. So how could you name this particular molecule? Metal, and this is amine. So we name this as methyl amine as functional group. Okay, so what if we have two carbon attached to an amine? So how could we name this molecule? So we have now an ethyl composed of two carbons. So we name this as ethyl amine. Okay, so let's move on to another example. So what if we have like this? We have CH3 group here as a metal group and CH3 here attached to an amine, okay, nitrogen. So we can see there is two metal group. So we name this as dimethyl amine as the functional group. Di means two methyl attached to the nitrogen. Okay. So what if we have a nitrogen and a 3 carbon chain attached to it? So we have an example like this. So how could you name this particular molecule? So as you can see, there is 3 methyl attached to the nitrogen. So we will name this as trimethyl amine. Let's move on to another example. What if you have an example like this? We have one metal here and we have 2 carbon here attached to the nitrogen and also 2 carbon here attached to the nitrogen. So how could we name this particular molecule? So as you can see, there is 2 ethyl group and 1 methyl. So we're going to name this alphabetically. So as we can see, there is ethyl and methyl. So we're going to name first the letter E in the alphabetic, as ethyl comes from E comes before M. So it will be diethyl methyl amine as functional group. Okay, E comes before M in the alphabetic order. Okay, let's move on to some examples. What if you have a long carbon chain of amine? For example, I have like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And here I have a nitrogen attached to a methyl and an ethyl. So how could you name this particular molecule? So as we can see, we have a 7 long carbon chain. So the parent name will be heptane. And drop the E to take the amine as functional group. So we will number this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It will come up with heptanamine. So we can see that nitrogen is attached to the 3rd carbon and 1 ethyl and 1 methyl attached to nitrogen. So we will name this as ethyl and methyl. So ethyl comes before M in the alphabetic order, so it will be N-ethyl as the final name for this molecular group, and N-methyl and 3 carbon. The position of nitrogen is number 3 carbon, heptanamine. Okay, I hope it's clear. N-ethyl, we have 2 groups of ethyl and methyl attached to nitrogen, so I will name it as N-ethyl because E comes before M, and N-methyl, and after that I will position the nitrogen in the number 3, so 3 heptanamine. Okay, I hope it's clear, guys. So let's move on to some more example. What if we have more functional group attached to a long carbon chain? So we have a nitrogen attached with a methyl, okay, and we have a bromo attached to 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 6 parent chain, and we have a bromo here, so 6 will come up with hexanamine, hexane, and drop the E for hexanamine, so it will be N here with the methyl group and a bromo here. So we are going to name this with an alphabetical order. So B comes before a methyl, so we will name this as 4-bromo, and we have the N-methyl. Instead of numbering, guys, we should name this as N-methyl, expressing that a methyl is attached to the nitrogen. And after that, we have one long carbon chain, which is the 6 carbon group, which is the hexanamine. Okay, so 4-bromo, N-methyl, and hexanamine. So we should number 1 hexanamine. Okay, B comes before M, and the parent name is hexanamine. Okay, another example will be like this. We have 8 long carbon chain, so this will be here like this, and we have amino here, we have metal here. So before anything else, I will show to you how to prioritize by doing the numbering. Okay, so as we all know, this is amino and this is an ethyl. Amino is more priority than a metal in the longest number chain here. So we are going to number the lowest number from left to right. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it comes up with 8 long chain. So it will be octane. And the functional group is amine. So drop the E, it will be octanamine. So now, number 5 carbon atom, position 5, we have a metal, and position 2, we have amino. So as we all know, amino and methyl is the substituent of this long carbon chain. So A comes before M, so we are going to name this as 5-amino dash, sorry guys, 2-amino (5-methyl octanamine. Okay, 2-amino 5-methyl octanamine. So A comes before M, and the longest chain, counting the number of 8, stands for the parent chain of octane. Drop the E, and the functional group is amine, octanamine. Okay, so what if we have NH2 group attached to the chain in case like this case? This is amino 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and here is also another group of amino. So we will number this as 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, we can count it either any directions because it will give us the same name. Either we count it here 1, 2, 3, 4 or 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, it will give us the same name. Okay, so how could you name this particular molecule? So we count it as 1 because 1 is attached to amino here, and number 4 attached to another amino here. So we will name this as 1, 4 because we have 4 carbon chain. We name this as butane. And we have 2 amino. We will name this as diamine. Diamine. So this is the prefix here, so no need to drop the E. We will express this as 1, 4 butane diamine. Okay, another example, guys. So we will name this as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so we will name this as 1,8 octane diamine because we have 8 long chain, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, and 2 amino attached to the longest chain. The parent chain name is octane, octane diamine. No need to drop the E because we have here the di. One more example, guys, is what if we have more functional group? Let's try more functional group attached to one long carbon chain. So for example, we have an alcohol, a carboxylic acid, and a ketone, and also we have here a amino, and also we have here like it's methox, methyl with an oxygen. Okay, so we call it methoxy, and this is amino, and this is an alcohol, carboxylic acid, and this is a ketone. Okay, oxo as the ketone. So how could you name this particular molecule? So first of all, we need to determine which function group has the highest priority. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Why I name here number 1? Because the alcohol is more priority in this particular long carbon chain. Okay, and as we all know, the carboxylic acid is always in the end of the chain, so it always to be numbered 1. So now the position here is number 3 oxo, 4 amino, and number 6 methoxy. So we are going to arrange this in alphabetical order. Okay, so A amino is located at position 4. So we will name this as 4 amino. Next comes the letter M. in the alphabetical order. So we have 6 methoxy. We call it as methoxy. And after that, we have number 3 oxo as the ketone. And the long chain will be heptanoic acid. Heptanoic acid. We drop the E and change it to OIC acid because this functional group is considered to be in the carboxylic acid. Okay, so we have the heptanoic acid. We drop the E and change to OIC acid. Okay guys, I hope this video is quite helpful to you. And thank you so much for watching. Have a nice day. God bless. Bye bye.